Hey everyone, my name is Ash. I am doing the Q&A that I mentioned, so I have all the questions here, and yeah, it's just me answering questions that you guys have submitted over Tumblr, over Facebook, and over YouTube, Google+, whatever you want to call it these days. So, we're gonna get to it. Anyway, the first question is, hey, I discovered your... I should use my fancy voice. Hey, I discovered your videos after I had seen a trailer for Dragon Age 3, and I saw Morrigan, and started looking up videos to see if I could confirm that it was Morrigan. It was Morrigan. Anyway, I would like to know who are your favorite companions in Dragon Age, your favorite villain in Dragon Age, and your favorite... This is going great. I'm already messing up on my words. And your favorite overall character in Dragon Age. Favorite companion, Isabella. Primarily because of her banter. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I hated DA2 and all that jazz. For me, I really liked Isabella's banter with Varric, with... Like, it does kind of seem like a hyper-sexualized kind of thing, but I think it's hilarious. With Anders, with Fenris, especially Fenris since she was fracking him. You don't romance him or her. With Meryl, it's like a motherly approach, and then also it's like a playful banter with like Aveline and all that. I just really dig how she has her personality really develop in DA2 like over the course of the entire game. My favorite villain in Dragon Age, I would say Loghain, but I have to kind of sidestep it and say I actually really like Rival Anders. As in full disclosure, I haven't played through Rival Anders. I watched the entire, every single scene with Rival Anders, primarily because I don't have the heart to break his. And that was cheesy as shit. Whenever it comes to Anders, I really like romancing him and all that jazz. So, but the thing is that it's so powerful in like a really twisted way whenever you're dealing with Rival Anders. I consider him a villain because you see what happens at the end of Dragon Age anyway. So that's the way that I see it. You kind of like have this common enemy throughout the entire gist of things. That's what I really dig. Your voice is freaking awesome. I just felt the need to state it. That's it. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you too. And a Happy New Year to you. What was that? Hello there, I was wondering, do you read any Warcraft stories based on RP by characters? And to an extent, do you RP on any game, ranging from Warcraft to, well, anything? And then there's contact information, which I don't want to disclose to any of you because that'd be really rude. If you're interested in RPing anytime, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you. Merry Christmas as well. Okay, so... Warcraft. Because I know in my holiday... Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa video, I mentioned, you know, or not mentioned, but I had World of Warcraft footage in there. As far as World of Warcraft goes and Warcraft itself, I don't know the lore at all in Warcraft. To the extent of what I knew was anything that I had to deal with as far as raiding. For me, everything was about raiding. Oh, here we go, bringing out the... Because to the extent I lived the Raider's life back during Burning Crusade and going to Wrath and Cataclysm. Actually, that's a lie, I never really dealt with Cataclysm. It was mainly Wrath. But for me, everything that I dealt with, the only thing I knew about lore was what Archimonde and frickin' Illidan and you shall not pass, and I'd just be like, screw that, I don't care, I'm gonna Warlock tank and I'm just gonna GG out of here. I don't RP, I don't RP in the sense that you would think I would RP in other games either, including Dragon Age, except for, I guess you could say the tabletop that I do with the Legion of Geeks. So, other than that, no, I don't really RP. I'm sorry. Okay, can you try speaking in an Australian accent? It's my native accent and I want to see if you can nail it. So I would like to ask, do you use the Grey Wardens of Ferelden mod? Yes, I do. And shout out to all the mod makers and all of them that are Nexus mods. You make my Dragon Age experience so happy. Where do you live? And what city do you live in? So I switch back and forth between Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is like, I think 6 hours from Philly. I could be wrong. partially live in San Francisco, even though all my stuff is in LA, but let's just, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. How do you think the new Mass Effect is going to be? Who will be your character that you play? What is it going to be called? Who will be in your crew? And so on. Mass Effect 4, Galactic Love. It's a love sim, Nash King. To be honest, I think they'll take the Origins approach, where they're going to have different backgrounds so you can choose from. Primarily because information for Mass Effect 4 came out. Or, I mean, that they were making it in general. Casey Hudson, he was like, hey everybody, I want your feedback. What do you want for Mass Effect 4? And then people are like, give me backgrounds! So everyone's like, I want to play a Turian, I want to play an Asari, I want to play, I don't know why I'm going to the Sixons, I want to play a Volus, I want to play as a Hanar. I think we'll be able to play our own characters. I think it'll be, excuse me while I settle back into my chair. I think it's going to be similar to it. I think we're going to have origin stories, and maybe. And if not, then it's just going to be screw it. We're going to play as a Turian or an Asari or anything like that. Is the answer to your question, good sir. Hey Ash, I was wondering how you started making videos. Like, how did you come up with the idea? I also got a second question. What do you think is better, pancake or waffles? First video I think was Halo. I called it Tower of Power because I did really well. And people misconstrued it for a guide, and then I looked like an idiot, and I got done thumbs down. But, you know, it's the nature of YouTube. I got started... Okay, I did do a lot of COD videos because I was involved with esports so much. But the reason why I really got into YouTube, like, authentically got into YouTube, was because of this YouTuber called Xbox Ahoy. And he made guides for... like, every single damn game, or damn gun in Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and, like, all that. Really appreciated the level of freaking professionality? I don't even know if that's a word. It's not. Professionalism, and I really appreciated the amount of professionalism and, like, how well done it was to see his guides. I'm pretty sure I didn't actually make a sentence there, but we're gonna go with it. I really liked his stuff, and I was really jealous of it. So I wanted to make new guides. So I made, this video on basically console commands and like all this stuff in Black Ops 1. And went from there. I made my Skyrim videos, and then I just said, screw it, we're just gonna keep on going. So that's how I got started in videos. Second question was, what do you think is better, pancake or waffles? Neither. Dude. French toast is where it's at. Okay. Oh dear, this is a long one. What's your favorite game of 2013? And can you mod your Skyrim and start a gameplay series? I'm new to your channel, and you might done it before, but please make a I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Make a Skyrim gameplay series if you can and want to. Please get alternate start Skyrim mod and start a new gameplay without dragon shouts and stuff. Thanks for everything. For the Dishonored guides and Skyrim guides and stuff. And stuff! The Dishonored guides really helped me on the non-lethal play, though. Thanks for your effort and keep it up. Dude, I didn't think anyone watched the Dishonored ones, so thank you for telling me that. I actually do appreciate it, because Dishonored was, I enjoyed the hell out of that game, but I didn't know if anyone wanted the guides, so I really appreciate that. As far as my favorite game of 2013, the one you're watching, Papers, Please. Sure, there are a lot of games that came out this year, and, you know, that I played, and were absolutely fantastic. Stanley Parable! Excuse me. We're gonna take a sip of this orange juice and we're gonna pretend that never happened. Where were we at? Oh yes, Paper Please. What is his name? Oh my god, I can't think of his name. Lucas Cope? No. His Twitter is Do Cope. I can never... Lucas Pope. Got it. He did a fantastic job. And it's kind of like, it's a very simplistic indie game in the way that it is, but the story makes it more complex, and the idea that you have to challenge your own humanity, and you let these people pass, say screw it, I'm gonna knock the government over, and like all that jazz. I checked Steam earlier, I sank 32 hours into Papers, Please already. For me to knock 32 already is... I'm slightly embarrassed. Can you mod your Skyrim Start gameplay series? Now, I want to say yes, And at the same time, I'm going to say hell to the freaking no, because I have already sunk 500 plus hours into Skyrim. And I'm not using that to say I'm bragging. I'm using that to say, holy crap, I'm sick of Skyrim. I'm playing Oblivion right now, so I could do that. I really dig Oblivion. I've bought 2 versions on the PC and 1 on the Xbox. That's how much I love the shit out of Oblivion. And to be honest, like, I didn't get to play the DLC, most of the DLCs, so I got like Frostcrag Spire or whatever the frack. I got that recently, so I'm enjoying that right now. The new DLCs, the DLCs I never got to play whenever I was younger. Next question. Fuck you, heater. Okay, I'm gonna remove the heater because I'm sorry if you can hear the noticeable difference in audio quality whenever it comes to dealing with this. Because I have a stupid heater in the background because I decided to move my setup into my basement because the rest of this house is loud as shit, so. It's just a lot of space. I really like it down here. And there's a bar behind me, so that's nice. And I got that going for me. May we see you on Facecam? I'm pretty new to you, and I really want to see your face. Not trying to be a creepy guy, but I really want to see your face. How tall are you? Asked Michael Klump. And if not tall, do you wish you could be tall? Also, do you see it as being important in society and other physical things people obsess about? I'm 5 foot short. I'm super short. And I see my hair in my face. And no, I'm not tall. And I do wish I were tall because it's not fun being an armrest for people, and it's not fun going on your tippy toes in order to get that can off the freaking drawer. Not a drawer, a shelf. A shelf, Ashley, a shelf. You see it as important in society? Yes, because it's a natural high. The way that I see it is that if you're taller, you just kind of float with it, and you kind of have a domineering position as it is, because not many people are tall, or at least I'm completely biased and I don't see tall people that very often, except for the ones that are taller than me, because I'm only 5 foot, which is quite often. Anyway, yes, because not many people have Napoleon complexes, and I don't like being a beta, I like being an alpha, but I'll never be a beta because I'm so introverted. And I'm so sad with myself. The thing is that people obsess over, you know, body image and all that, and I'm just kind of like, well, shit, I know. Because for me, I have some certain conditions, and I also have a fat ass. So, and that is detriment to my health, but I am handling that right now. But, moving beside the point, it's only a problem whenever other people decide to obsess over your shit. That's only time whenever I actually have a problem with it. So, that's my story and sticking to it. What is anonymous? Anonymous. I can never say that word and I get made fun of for it. Anonymous. What is your favorite DA and ME3? Oh, sorry. What is your favorite Dragon Age and Mass Effect character? Isabella. Obviously, I've already paraded over her. Well, I did parade over her in one of my playthroughs. I really do. I really do like her character. And as far as Mass Effect goes, I have to confess, the first time I played Mass Effect 1, I did not use Garrus at all. I was like, ugh. I was not into the bird. But then I played it again, and I really dug his character. So, Garrus. If I had to choose anyone else rather than Garrus, it's probably going to be my lover boy Caden, because although a lot of people don't like Caden because he's a little bit of a pussy boy. No, he's not a pussy boy, I shouldn't say that. The reason why I like him is because he just seems more natural to what I'm accustomed to, and he's kind of like, he's a very mellow fellow, and dead ass. Do you prefer Xbox or PlayStation? Xbox, but that's only because I'm forced to get it because all my friends are on it, and really frustrating because everyone has it on their friends list, and also esports relies on Xbox because Microsoft sells them out. And also PlayStation, although it's cheaper, it does deal with a lot of security issues that I don't like to deal with. Could you tell us a little bit about your canon warden from Dragon Age Origins? My warden, she lived because she did the, what do we call it? The old god baby maker. She did the ritual. As she did the dark ritual. Hit Anora's ass. Not literally. Well, sort of. I guess And I kicked her to the curb, and then I married Alistair. And I mean, my character married Alistair. My character was friends with everyone, and I made sure that I did every single quest. I was kind to everyone. I did not choose to be an asshole. I did, well, except for the Antivan Crow one, I guess. But that one doesn't count because I needed to win the Lance meet. Obviously, I made Alistair hardened, and Liliana hardened too. Oh, and also, I really hate that bug that Liliana, like, you just say nice things to her, and then she like, confesses I love you, and then she's like, you were with Alistair. It's like, I've been with Alistair. What are you talking about? So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Liliana, you're just... stay away. Persephone Hime. Hi, I found you through YouTube. Just wondering, as an LGBT person myself, do you have any LGBT headcanons related to Dragon Age? Or Bioware for that matter? So, I have to blame the person who went to PAX Prime and put it in my head. Because I too agree that it feels like Alistair would be totally fine being a bisexual or a gay character. A gay character meaning that he was in the closet and would not come the hell out. I think that actually totally makes sense in the way that his disposition is, and that he's just very, like, you know, playful with other guys. Hell, I could see it. The Quarian Admiral asks, sorry, I know this is a touchy subject, but what is your... Wow. Hard-hitting questions here. What is your sexuality? I am not homophobic. I have a same-sex love interest myself, male. And also, what is your ethnic descent? Okay, so, I'm straight. I'm straight as a roller. I'm straight as a roller. The question was, I know this is a touchy subject, but what is your sexuality? I'm pretty much straight. I've been with girls before and it wasn't my cup of tea. So, that's the long and short of it. As far as my ethnic descent, I'm mainly Filipino. I'm 25% Spanish and... Shut up, Peter-chan! I'm 25% Chinese, and then 25% Spanish. So, next question. Anon asks, hey Ash, that's me! Nickelodeon? All that? No? Okay. Hey Ash, just wondering what ethnic background do you consist of? I just answered it. Also, may I throw another question if I could? In Dragon Age Inquisition, how will they implement a background for the for the Canary race? I'm correcting you because I hate the word Cossack because it has a horrible undertone. Do you think they will have you be a convert, such as a former Talvashoth that was taken in by the Chantry? Okay, you have another question, so I'm gonna hold on right there, and I'm just gonna answer your second question. The way that they're going to implement the background for the Kosseth race, as I understand it from PAX Prime and also different interviews, is that they're going to have it so that it's a Talvashoth, and it's just a Canary that doesn't give a shit and never dealt with a Canary, or with the Qun, or is a person who abandoned the Qun. So it would be Talvashoth, and yeah, okay, so last question. Horns or no horns? And do you think the that's not the last question. This is two questions. Horns or no horns? And do you think the developers will make the player character notice the difference between the two from the NPC's interaction? No horns for my character, if I have her. Or I'm gonna have little short horns in the front. Kind of like that one character that it was in the comics. But for me... Yeah, no horns. It's very rare for a Canary to have no horns, just like Sten doesn't. There's a whole thing. Well, we know him as Sten, but he'll be the Air Shock. Yeah. We're gonna move into the next one. Anon asks, how is it to be female and deep into RPG gaming? How do you handle all the jerks in the community? Well, I sit in my chair, and I play games just like everyone else. So, no, I know exactly what you mean. How do I handle all the crap in the community? Okay, well, I don't really get that much crap from the RPG community. I grew up in esports, and essentially that, like, okay, I shouldn't say I grew up in esports. I spent most of my adult life in esports. So about 7, coming up to 8 years now for like competitive Halo, Call of Duty, and StarCraft and all that jazz. So I've had to deal with a lot of crap. And, you know, that just comes with the territory. And I hate to say it, but it's just one of those things you have to adapt to, because hate comes in many forms whenever it comes to the community. And the only thing that you can do is focus on the people who give you positive vibes and, you know, just do that. How do I handle the jerks? Usually with cynicism. That tends to work. How I used to handle it was I used to yell, and then now I just kind of playfully, you know, or delete the comment. Deleting comments is probably the best thing. What is the first game you've ever played, and what is your favorite game? Shit. Well, I'm unprepared for this answer. I guess the first game I ever played that I remember, because the thing is that my parents used to play on the NES, Super Mario. By the way, my mom freaking beat Super Mario 2 and 3, and I've never done that before. But anyway, I think the first game I ever played was this Dungeons and Demons or something like that game for the NES, and it scared the living bejesus out of me. There was like a princess that you had to save, and then basically the first level was you had to go through this graveyard, right? And you had this dude who's like, you know, like your player character was this guy in a suit, and he had orange hair or something like that, and I can't remember what it was. But anyway, you had to go through this graveyard, and I couldn't ever get out of the graveyard because I was horrible. So that was the first game I ever played. Other than trying to, I have one of those gold Zelda cartridges, and I tried to play it, and it freezes immediately. So I never got to grow up on Zelda because of that. What is my favorite game? I'm going to be cheesy and... No, I'm not going to be cheesy. A lot of you know I love Dragon Age to high heavens. And same with Mass Effect. If I had to say the game of all time that I love, I'm going to go back into Oblivion. I think I mentioned it earlier, but Oblivion is probably... The leveling system and the game mechanics were bullshit. I will completely admit that. However, and obviously I use that bullshit to my advantage because... You know, you have to. I loved Oblivion primarily because of the quests. The one that you have whenever you're trapped in a house with a whole bunch of people and you had to kill each one, like one by one, that was probably the most exciting. I sound like a crazed killer now. But that one was amazing. Like you put on the deceptive, what is it? That dress, the deceptive finery or deception finery. It probably wasn't even a finery. And you just walk in, you just like manipulate everyone in there in order to kill themselves. I think that was a fascinating quest, and I really liked that, and I really loved the Dark Brotherhood for it. The Thieves quest, doing every single step at the end. Okay, spoiler alert if you never played Oblivion, but the last quest in the Thieves Guild is probably the it really touches me, because you had to do a million things in order to actually steal this one scroll from, you know, the freaking archives. And it was probably like the best because you went through every single step. You prepared, you did everything, and then, you know, you have this one big ass heist. I love that. I hated what they did with the Thieves Guild in Skyrim, but, you know, I'm talking too much. Let's move to the next one. Hi, Lay. Lay Inquisitor asks, not saying this will happen, hopefully it doesn't. When or if the zombie apocalypse occurs before DI comes out, how would you feel, Ash? I'd hate life. I'd get a generator. I'd go to Edmonton in the spring, or the late spring or early summer, because I know there isn't, like, piles of snow everywhere. And then I'd get a copy of the build and then just play it. I'm not afraid to say it. Ash, what is your opinion on the Canary... Oh god, another Canary question. At least they said Canary and not Kasith. I feel happy now. Ash, what is your opinion on the Canary main character for Dragon Age Inquisition? And what do you think their story will be? Do you think a Talvashoth or something like Sten? Refer to other question earlier. A Dream of Shadow asks, what are you most excited for in Dragon Age 3? Now, I feel bad because Cameron Lee, who's one of the producers, he asked me about that. when I got to meet him finally, and he was like, what are you excited about? And I stupidly said how destructible environments are, because I was still sore that female Canary were actually playable race. I did not want to admit that I actually hated it, and at the time I hated it, but now I love it, and not only that, but I'm gonna definitely play it. I really, really cannot wait for the romance choices. Yes! No, let's be completely serious. For me, I want to figure out what is gonna happen with Morgan, because she is a kid in my gameplay. I want to see them either write that story magnificently or tear it to the ground or make it insignificant. I don't think they'll do the latter, but I'm waiting for it. Oh god, baby. Oh god, baby. Donovan Dennis asks, who is your favorite member of the Legion of Geeks? I can't say. They're all magnificent people. I freaking, like, they are so down to earth, all of them. And if you don't know, it's GamerMD, Ability Drain, Scottish Warrior, and Alex the Hunted. If you didn't know who was on Legion of Geeks, which you totally should, because I've been uploading videos randomly and sporadically, because we've been doing these Dragon Age D&Ds and also the Cards of Humanity. I'm not really good with my breath work, but it's okay, because we're trying. The Few One asks, will you be doing Dragon Age oh god. Will you be doing Dragon Age walkthroughs on this channel? Okay, so if you don't know or don't follow me on Twitter, because Twitter's where I totally, like, went rampant about it. YouTube has this thing against Let's Play. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. They don't have a thing against Let's Plays. They have a thing against music and games and, like, all that shite stuff. Basically, the big problem about it is that a lot of my videos have been claimed. More specifically, a lot of my Mass Effect videos have been claimed. And then, although most of them have been taken care of, not all of them are, it's too much of a risk for me to do Let's Plays. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be doing all of my Let's Plays on twitch.tv/LadyInsanity. And we're going to be doing all those videos on there. And I'm going to be able to, instead of putting all my videos on YouTube and making sure to go through the walkthroughs, I don't even know if you can hear me on this one. Other than having it on Twitch. Thank you, Heater-chan, you're an asshole. Seriously, thank you, Heater-chan, for totally going in the middle of my... Okay, anyway, we were answering a question. I was answering about a question. You may see walkthroughs, but if anything has music in it, I will definitely not put it on my YouTube, and I will probably, you know what, I might just put it up somewhere that can easily watch it, like Dailymotion or something like that, and then I'll just be like, hey guys, watch it, you can watch it and listen to the music, instead of me having to hide it because YouTube is an asshole. Kipper13 asks, my question, in the book The Stolen Throne, Merrick was kind of saved by Flemeth and he had to do a favor that isn't explained. Then many years later, Origin starts and Alistair and Morrigan are adults. I may be way off, but is it possible that Morrigan is Merrick's daughter? Now, that is a theory that some people have had, and it's completely legitimate. The ages are just right. I mean, it makes sense. That being said, if she takes after her mother, then it totally makes sense. But on the other hand, he's like a blonde, like, luxurious man. And Flemeth is kind of like this, you know, dark beauty. So, I can see it and also at the same time not see it. But I do have to mention, more specifically, the promise that he made was that whenever his children would come of age, so that means Kaelin and also Alistair. Whenever they came to age, whenever there was a king right on the throne, Merrick was supposed to actually go to Yavanna. Yavanna is Morgan's sister, estranged sister, I guess you could say. Merrick had to go visit her and basically fulfill this promise, which is basically awakening a whole bunch of dragons, which is always a good idea. Just to let you know, that's the story. So that might be the only favor, or it could be, since it was 3 hours and he was completely, like, not talking at all. Yeah, they could have fracked. Who knows? Cool Man. Oh, and this is the last question. Cool Man 9521 asks, Dragon Age question about Dragon Age 3. Do you know what the combat system... Oh wait, that wasn't the last question. There's one more. Do you know what combat system in Dragon Age will be like? Will it be like Dragon Age 2 or Origins? It's going to be a mix of it, but basically, Origins in the sense that it's very tactic based. You're not just going to be BSing it or anything. You can make it so that... I don't know if you guys saw the overhead camera, but basically it's going to be a lot just like Origins. It kind of has this kind of style with like the spells and all that with Dragon Age 2, based off what we've seen so far. But the difference is that it's less anime style, as I like to call it, because you're not, you know, you remember how the rogues, they basically like teleport and they go, that's not the case. Or it might be, but I just haven't seen it yet. Last question is Nunya business. Whenever I was copying these questions, I didn't even notice that. Nunya business? What games are you currently playing? I am playing, because it's after the holidays, and I just wanted to get a break, because I'm playing Oblivion. I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm trying to get my character raid ready. Don't tell people I'm playing World of Warcraft. Don't tell them how I live. Oblivion. I played a little bit of Prison Architect. I am part of the alpha. I got it as a gift. So I've been playing that a lot. And I wanted to do a guide on it, but to be honest, it's not going so well because I keep on playing and I get frustrated because I don't want to play it anymore. Although I have these games, you know, I've played all of them before, repeatedly. Including Prison Architect. I sunk a lot of hours into it already. For me, I played the shit out of Oblivion. I have 114 days played on Oblivion, on World of Warcraft, so I'm just kind of sitting, waiting for all the new games to come out. Titanfall comes out in March. Like, that's like the soonest for what game I want. Although Walking Dead did come out, and that was really good, but, I mean, it's still in the same universe, so I just want a fresh universe game to come out so I can play it. I just want a game that I can just relax and be captivated by. That's the key thing. I want to be captivated by it. I've watched through Elder Scrolls. I've already played it. I know what to expect. I've already played Dragon Age through. I'm waiting for the new stuff to come out because I'm not captivated anymore. I can't play Mass Effect anymore because I played it so much. I'm kidding. That's exactly how I feel right now. I just see so many games on my list that I've already played the hell out of and that I'm just waiting for it. That's why I didn't get an Xbox One. Because no games are out for it. Oh, I can get Call of Duty Ghosts. No. Yep, those are all the last questions. So, thank you everyone who asked questions. I appreciate it. That was interesting. If you missed it, I did mention about my schedule coming up. After the 7th, I'm going to be in full force for YouTube, unless if they actually decide to put that stupid audit thing on my thing. We'll figure it out. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be streaming the current date is Thursday. I'm going to be streaming every Thursday from, I believe it's 9 until 2 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing that every single Thursday, unless if it's changed for like release dates, then I'll be on the Tuesday. But rather than that, that's what's going to be going on. I'm going to be continuing DA Talk, introducing DA Dossier. I'm going to be doing a lot of different videos on different games that you haven't seen yet, and yeah. It's gonna be a good ride. And then Inquisition! And, thank you everyone who decided to watch this. I'm actually, like, really happy if you got to this part, because it just makes me really happy. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing if you have, or if you're a new person, thank you for being here, and thank you for somehow finding me on the internet, because the internet is a thing. And it lets me celebrate gaming in so many different ways, and oh, I don't want to get sappy. I really love games, and I love sharing games with other people, so I'm not gonna do this right now. I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and I will see you, what, in 2 weeks? Or a week, or something like that. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I'm recording. You're gonna show up in the video. If I want. I can edit you in. You want me to edit you in? You want to be in the QA video? I'm making a QA video. Yeah, I am. Do you see that blue light? The questions that are right here. Do you want to answer a question? How is it to be female and deep into RPG gaming? How do you handle all the jerks in the community? What? You're making... I'm gonna read your text message on the video. Give me it. 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 No! No, turn it back on. Because it's too dark with the camera. You want to see yourself on camera? No. See? Camera? I can't stop recording it until it's done. So you might as well come back here and let me read it. I'll read it without saying it out loud. Okay. That's fine. Bye. 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 Bye.